This was interesting. So Gunplay has been doing a promo run for his upcoming project, his music that's coming out, and he's been keeping it real, man. Anything that he's been asked about, he's been answering questions about, and he talked about the unit chain incident, and actually gave 50 to a certain extent props in that. And one thing that he's revealed is that his relationship with Rick Ross isn't good anymore. He felt like Rick Ross played him, that he kept giving hit records to Rick Ross, and Rick Ross wasn't taking the time to promote them.
When it was Ross' turn and we was on the road and we was doing everything, and then when everybody was a group effort. When it was Gunplay's turn, it was crickets. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it was hard for me. What you want me to do? Nobody's. It's like, I got hit records. Nobody's giving me a budget. Nobody's doing nothing. So what you want me to fucking do?
And not laughing at my little bro's situation, because I got nothing but love for him, but the situation you talking about, what saying wasn't no budgets or nothing like that, the distributor had done dropped you. They ain't want nothing to do with you. MMG just ain't give you the bad news. We told you just keep working, just keep grinding. Don't stop, don't quit. Yeah, that's how it goes. When they don't want to spend no money on you, ain't no more budgets. You ain't have a manager or none of that, so they ain't tell you. And I ain't want to break your heart. I want you to keep hustling. I always say you won't break them from being on top.
As you hear on both sides, Ross said, hey, that's not my problem. The label won't give you the budget, and that's what it is. Of course, deflecting blame, as all artists do whenever they get accused of not properly doing their due diligence and justice. Gunplay, obviously you heard his side of, hey, I kept delivering hit records. They had momentum, but for some reason, I just wasn't getting the money. And then and I watched the full interview, and Gunplay was saying whenever he would ask Ross what is going on, he would point the finger and say, go ask, Def Jam, the record label. And then when he would go to ask stuff at Def Jam, they would say, hey, go ask Rick Ross what's going on. So basically, people would just be deflecting blame on each other. And what that does is that creates confusion. And once you're confused to that extent, you eventually give up. So I don't know who to blame of this, but I know Gunplay is hurt of the situation because he's probably held it down for Ross, as we saw with the G-Unit situation. And, that a falling out. And Ross is just laughing at the situation. He learned well from Diddy, the guy who's, looped up artists and did horrible things to them in terms of contracts and stuff like that. He's learned from Diddy. So